Massachusetts, romance scams have targeted thousands of residents, including a woman who thought that she was dating a soap opera star online, but it turned out to be a scammer asking her for money. To help you get ahead of any potential romance scams, I did speak with a fraud and security expert at Berkshire Bank on how you can protect yourself from becoming a target or a victim. Tina Martin, first vice president and head of security and fraud investigations at Berkshire Bank. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you for having me, Breana.
So it's Valentine's Day coming up. We're talking about romance scams, right? A lot of people have heard of them, but really, what is a romance scam? What does it entail?
Great. It usually comes on dating sites, also social media sites. Now Facebook and a bunch of the other social medias are getting dating applications. But it's basically going out on a dating site, connecting with someone that ends up not being who they say they are. They end up asking for money, and usually the victim ends up losing that money. And that is basically the scam.
What are some of the ways that people may try and scam money from you? Is it, asking for Venmos or wire transfers? What are kind of some examples of things that would happen in a scam?
They're always asking for the money to be sent ways that you won't be able to get the money back. A wire, a funds transfer, a Venmo or a Cash App moving application. And those are the ones that it's practically impossible to get the money back once it is gone.
We've had several cases of this here in Massachusetts, including a woman who thought that she was actually connecting with a soap opera star, but she was just really duped into sending a scammer money. It might be obvious to some of us when something is a scam, right? But it's not obvious to everyone because it happens. So what is, I guess, a good rule of thumb for trying to figure out if this is a real person or a fake person?
So there's a couple of red flags. First is that they can never meet you in person. And we go out on dating sites to meet people, to go and find someone to go out to dinner with and go to the movies. These people can never meet. There might be traveling outside of the country, or, for whatever reason, they can never meet in person. Rarely will they go on camera. Their camera is broken. They're in a secret mission that they can't be on camera, those kind of things. But that used to be a big red flag. They can't be on camera. But now with AI, they're starting to use AI to be on camera. So that's not necessarily a total absolute that it's not a scam. But and then they'll profess love immediately. Practically, you haven't even met in person, and now they're professing that they're in love and that they want to get married or they want to run away with you and things like that. It's just too quick. There's no, courtship period. And then they ask for money, and they will ask for money in ways that sound logical. That is the scary part, is they're very good at what they do and they make it sound logical, but they suddenly have an emergency. They have a medical emergency. They're caught in another country and they need money to get through customs, or, many, many different things. We had one where they were going to get married and they were going to send the victim checks, which they did send, and the checks were all fraudulent, and the victim had to send part of the money back to them so that they could pay for the travel and the wedding that was supposedly going to happen.
Wow. The scams are so elaborate sometimes, it seems like. So what I'm hearing is if you're hearing the person give a lot of excuses, or even the AI component can be scary, where they can technically show up on camera. And so that certainly complicates things. Of course, as we mentioned, Valentine's Day is Friday. What piece of advice do you have for someone who might suspect they could be a victim of this, or maybe they're talking to someone and they're kind of questioning it? What piece of advice would you give?
So never send money. Never send money to someone. We go out on dating sites to meet someone. We don't go out to ask for money. And the other thing is, never go off the dating site. The dating sites have algorithms that will detect if the money has been, asked for. So do not get convinced to go off the dating site to another media platform to talk. And, if in doubt, ask to meet in person and ask to be on camera. And you can also reverse image the picture that they send you to see if it's being used on other avenues on other sites and are actually somebody else that they're saying it's not. So, but and give access to your account. Never, and this even it goes away from dating scams. Never give anyone access to your online banking or your checking account information, because then they have your money.
Sure. Tina Martin, all great tips. We want you to have a great Valentine's Day, but do so safely and you get to keep your money. All right, Tina, thank you.